Okay, y'all, what's up? And by the way, well, first of all, my bad. Let me do my motherfucking intro. Let me do my intro. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me. Now look, I'm about to take these pants off because it's fucking hot as hell. Like it's hot as hell today, y'all. And I am bit up. Like I've been doing so good like this summer, because last summer, bitch, I was a buffet. I was ate up. It was done for it. This summer, been doing so good. Been in my own apartment. Ain't been homeless. Ain't been getting bit up. Until baby the end of the summer, now I'm ate the fuck up. Cause I've been walking and shit. I've been outside, y'all. I am ate up right now. This shit fucking hurt, y'all. What the fuck? But that's okay, cause it's gonna go away. And then like I always tell myself, it could always be worse. It could always be worse. I feel like I'm on here looking real fucking whooped. Like I just recorded a little bit, then went. I feel like I'm looking whooped. Let me. All right. So anyway, y'all. If you could tell by the title, today is going to be another story time. Now, if you checked out my last story time, I did a crazy story time about my mom. So this story time, it's gonna be about my crazy ass dad. I don't want people to be like, oh, you only speak on some trauma. And not, no, baby, this channel's for everybody. This channel's for everybody. You feel me? So yeah, we don't pick and choose over here. It just ain't their time yet. Like if you don't see that video up, it's not their time yet. But anyway, yeah, so today's video is going to be about my dad. You could tell by the title. And yes, that is the tea. Like I know sometimes I'll be getting a little clickbaity, but that's the tea. My daddy kicked me out when I was 12 years old. Now, let me tell you though, because he didn't kick me out the house. We gonna get into it. He kicked me out the car, but we gonna get into it. Like the fact that he did that shit and I was only 12 years old is crazy. But like I said, let me go ahead and start. So, rewind back to, I was in 6th grade, so I was going to Bessemer City Middle School, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Yeah, because I went there for 2 years. Yeah, so I was going to Bessemer City Middle School, and I was in the 6th grade, and my dad, he used to take me and my brother to like the little football games. Like, you know how they had like the little middle school games and shit. So if I'm not mistaken, I think my brother played football. And so like, of course I would want to come to the games and shit. So I had came to the game. It was a home game. My bad, y'all can hear that. I'm gonna wait till they finish. But anyway, yeah, so it was a home game. I'll just kind of give y'all a little like backstory about my dad. Not too much, because I don't want this video to be like super long, because trying to upload that shit is a headache. And I'm not about to do that. But anyway, I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory about my father though. My dad is crazy as fuck. Like, and when I say that, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, I'm actually being serious. Like, my dad has, I feel like he has multiple undiagnosed mental issues. Like, on some real shit. Because my dad, he was in the military, right? And he never had got treatment or like medication or anything for like his PTSD and stuff coming out. Because like my dad, he's very old school. So people think like, not saying all old school people think like this, but my dad feels like there's nothing wrong with him. Like, you try to tell my dad, like, oh, you ever tried counseling? Like, you want to go to counseling? My dad will literally get offended. He will literally get offended. Like, I remember not too long ago, I asked him, I said, Dad, you ever thought about counseling? Like, you ever thought about going to get therapy, like, so you could heal? And I could tell, like, he didn't blink on me or nothing, but I could tell by his body language, he was offended. Like, he was like, why? Counseling for what? You think something wrong with me? Like, what? And I feel like my dad has like this complex to where he feels like he's perfect or something, like, or he don't do no wrong. Yeah, he do. He got a victim complex just like my mom. So since he has this like mentality, he feels as if like if you go to counselor or something wrong with you. But my thing is, what pisses me off is I done went to counseling before. I done had counseling before. I think he probably even told me something about some counseling and shit. So you mean to tell me you would like you would offer counseling to somebody else, but if somebody's like, "Oh, do you think you need counseling?" you feel offended as if like you're too good. I don't know, whatever. But that's that shit. That's weird to me. But anyway, so that's like a little backstory about my dad. Like my dad is crazy as fuck. Like back then, he's different now. I don't talk to him no more now. Like we tried to build a connection, like you know, as me being an adult, but that shit ain't really work. I mean, I ain't gonna say it ain't work because we're still cool. Like just like my mom, I love my mom from a distance. Just like my dad, I love my dad from a distance. Really, I love my whole family from a distance. I haven't seen them in a while. Like none of my family members. So I love them from a distance, baby. We're all doing good. So yeah, but yeah, whatever. Back to the story. So I'm at the middle school football game. I'm chilling. Like I told you, my dad, he weird. He weird. And then when it came to me with boys, he was extra weird. So I was sitting next to like this, bro. I had the biggest crush on this nigga. It was this boy. It was this little white boy too. He had this long brown hair, and we went to school. I had the biggest crush on him. So he played in a band. So that's why I was over sitting next to the band trying to talk to him and shit, y'all. Cause for some reason, like I was in love with that boy for like 2 years, like until I had to switch schools. Like I thought that was gonna be my husband. Like, oh my god. Yeah, so I'm over here talking to the band kids and shit because my crush over there. Next thing I know, y'all, I feel a tap on my shoulder. Like, and my dad, he did that shit. Like, and he not just gonna tap you like this. He gonna, like, come up behind you, stop, and go like this and tap your shit extra hard. That's how my dad used to, like, approach me and my brother. Like, when we was younger. Like, you could call our names. Like, you could walk up behind us, call our names, tap our shoulder, like, you know, hey, you know, nudge us a little bit. But to go in to tap our shoulder and you know you doing that shit extra hard, like, my dad weird as fuck. Like, my dad, he always been like that. Like, he do weird ass shit. Like, his body language is crazy sometimes. So that's how he come up behind me and, like, tap me on my shoulder. And I turn around. I don't know what the fuck my dad wanted, but all I know is, like I said, he probably, like, was sitting back observing shit like he always doing, like a weirdo. He probably saw me over there talking to them boys. That's why he came over there. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, my dad was weird as fuck. And then it's like, what pisses me off is when it came, like, to me seeming like I had a crush on boys, like, or liking boys or anything, like, my dad would act like he was jealous. Like, my dad would act super jealous. He would be like, oh, you want them boys, you trying to be fast, da da da. But when I came out as liking girls, my dad was still mad. It's like, damn if I do, damn if I fucking don't. You mad that I like niggas. You mad because I like bitches. What the fuck? Like, by this time, you want me to be by myself. I'm not about to do that. But anyway, yeah. So he came over while I was talking to the boys or whatever. I forgot what he said after that, but all I know is, like, and my dad, he used to be drunk as hell. So back then, like, around that time, he was drunk. My dad ain't stopped drinking until he caught a stroke and an aneurysm literally at the same time. And so he almost lost his life. And they told him, they was like, bro, if you don't stop drinking, you're going to die. So, like, he stopped drinking probably when I was in, like, 7th grade. But before that, bro, my dad was, I swear to God, my dad was literally drunk every day. Like, my dad was literally drunk every day. And that's so crazy that I said that, because now I done said that out loud. I think about how I smoke every day. Like, and to me, that's normal. Like, and to a lot of people, like, you smoke, that's normal. But to people that don't have those certain addictions, it's different. Like, because you're not supposed to smoke every day. Like, you're not supposed to literally be high every day. I do. But I'm saying, like, it's normal to be. But now that I done said that, I wonder if, like, I think that's okay or normal in my head because I watched that. Like, I watched my parent go through an addiction every day and be drunk every day. Maybe that's why, like, I want to be high every day. I don't know, but I do want to be high. Bitch, I want to smoke right now. Like, I don't went, y'all, I'm broke right now. But little do people know, bitch, this finna be my last time being broke. So if I done reached out to you, bitch, and you done acted funny, stand on that shit. Because, baby, I'm about to be up. When I tell y'all I've been struggling, I've been here struggling, baby. My power been off. My light bill went unpaid, baby. Period. Rent went unpaid. But you know God came through. So all that shit, I already told you I was about to come back up, and I am. So that's why I said, that's why watch how you treat people when they broke, because you don't know when they gonna be up next. You feel me? And now like, I'm finna be real up. I done asked motherfuckers, oh, can they look out? And they didn't. Fuck you. So anyway, yeah, so this is my last time being broke. And anyway, what is we talking about? I feel like I'm all over the place with this story time, y'all. Let me just get back to the basics. So yeah, so we was at the game, football game, everything going cool. Dad weird as fuck, drunk as fuck, like always. I think my brother was down there playing. So all I know is we left the game and we was on the way back to the crib. No, we stopped and got some food. So we went and stopped and got some food, I think. Or I don't know. All I know is, y'all, this is when the fuck shit happened on the way back to the crib. So by this time, it's dark, right? It's dark. We driving. Well, my dad, he driving. We riding in the car. We talking about shit. Now, I could sit up here and pretend with y'all and act like I remember how the conversation went and what the fuck we was talking about. I swear to God, I don't. I have no idea. That shit, I was 12 years old. That was like over a decade ago. No, it was a decade. Not over a decade. It was a decade. But anyway, I don't remember what the conversation was. Like, I don't remember what the fuck we was talking about. I just remember the steps and actions that was taken and what happened. You know what I'm saying? So we in the car. We all talking. I noticed I was talking to my dad about something. It was something we was talking about. And my dad had said something. And I just genuinely, I didn't agree with him. I remember that part, like I said. But I just remember it was something that my dad said. And I didn't necessarily agree with him about it. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like no argument. Let me put my pants down. It wasn't like no argument or nothing like that. It wasn't nothing like, off the hinges or anything crazy. It just, he said something. I don't know. I just disagree. Like, I had a different opinion. You feel what I'm saying? And so, like, the conversation didn't escalate or nothing like that. We was just really talking, like how I'm sitting up here talking to y'all. That's how me and my dad was talking, right? So I just, like, this is literally all I remember. I swear to God. I'm in the back seat, you feel me? Because me and my brother, we used to ride in the back seat. My daddy driving. We talking. My daddy said something. And I was just like, oh, I don't really agree. Or however I said it. Ain't no telling how I worded it. But I know it wasn't disrespectful because my daddy was crazy as hell. So if anybody tried to, I know my dad, he was trying to, well, you were being, no, I wasn't, nigga, because you were crazy as hell. Like, me and my brother, when we was younger, we was literally scared of my dad. Like, it wasn't even, a lot of times it wasn't even like we was living in the house of my dad. It was like we was living in the house of this man. Because, like, my dad, he was, like, emotionally unavailable. He was overly aggressive. Like, and it was almost like he was purposely trying to put fear into me and my brother. He learned to regret that shit as we got older, though, because we stopped fucking with him. Like, he realized that shit. It's like, to this day, my dad would cry about that shit. Y'all didn't fuck with me. Y'all go to y'all mom for everything. Yeah, nigga, maybe. Yeah, okay, anyway. This is not what this video is about. But anyway, back to the story. So I disagreed with him about something. And I just, like, told him that was something I did say, though. I let him know that I disagreed. Like, I just told him, I was like, oh, I don't really agree with that. This is where the crazy part happens, right? If you from down here, bitch, if you from Gastonia, y'all know it's a Kingsway, right? It's a Kingsway, and it's right across the street. At the time, I think it was the Blockbusters. Right now, it's not no Blockbusters. I think it's like a smoke shop or like Marco's or something like that. But it was the Kingsway, and it was the motherfucking Blockbusters. That's where we was at on the road. Do y'all know after I told my daddy that I disagree with whatever the fuck we was talking about, do you know that this man slowed his car down and stopped, turned around, looked at me, and said, get out? Y'all, he stopped his car, turned around in his seat, looked dead at me, and told me to get out. I was so shook. I was so shook. All I could do was just look. Because I didn't think, part of me knew he was being for real, but part of me was like, he can't be being for real. I'm only 12 years old. Like, I ain't even do nothing. Y'all, I ain't even do nothing. I swear to God. I I understand if I'm yelling, but even then, even if I was cutting up, I'm 12 years old. You legally cannot put me out. Like, what the fuck? This man dead ass told me to get the front. He told me to get out. So I'm sitting there, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just looking at him. I'm just looking at him. He looking at me. He like, get out. He said that shit again. I swear to God, bro, my dad was dead ass serious. He really wanted me to get out. So I looked at my brother. My brother he just sitting there. He shook too. So I guess since I looked at my brother, my dad gonna look at my brother and say,
"What, you want to get out too?"
Oh my fucking God. I'm still shook. Like, y'all, I'm telling this story and I'm still shook as fuck. Because, damn, that escalated quickly. Just because I said I didn't agree with you, I gotta get out? That's crazy. So when he seemed like he was for real, like when he let me know like he was dead ass serious, like he wasn't just trying to scare me, he was for real, he wanted me to get out. Baby, I got out, right? So I got out the car, closed the door, and he sped off. He sped the fuck off and left me there. And I told y'all it was dark. And then it was Kingsway. Back in the day, Kingsway used to jump. It was hella niggas standing outside Kingsway. Bro, I'm 12 years old. Anybody could have snatched me up. Anybody could have fucking kidnapped me. And you know what's so sick about this shit? My parents kept me and my brother sheltered for a very long time. And when I say they kept us sheltered, we could not go nowhere. We couldn't go to friends' house. They couldn't come over to our house. Like, if we wanted to go hang out, like go to the mall, we would have to ask like almost a week in advance. Like probably like 3 to 4 days in advance. And I would ask my dad, or I asked my mom. I asked my mom. She'd take it to my dad. She'll come back and be like, well, your dad said he need to sleep on it. He'll sleep on it. And then the next morning, the judge will come in with the verdict. That's really how like my family household was set up, bro. So it's like, my thing is, you got us so fucking sheltered to where we can't really have friends outside of school. We can't go nowhere. We don't know nobody. We don't have nowhere else to go except for home. But you be so quick to kick us out, especially over the dumbest, pettiest shit. That is sick. Like, that is sick, bro. That shit, like, I don't think parents understand, like, the mind games, like, in the mind fuck that they be putting on their kids. Like, whatever. So he did that shit. He drove off. So me, I'm on the side of the road. I start walking because as a kid, like I said, I don't know nothing else. I don't know nowhere else. From where I was at, I knew how to get home. I ain't gonna cap, I was far as fuck away from home. But it would have been a long walk to make it back to my crib. I'm telling you, it probably would have took me 2 hours to walk to the crib. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So I start my journey, baby. I started walking because literally I did not know what else to do. Like, what do you do in that time? I don't even think I had a phone. I couldn't call nobody, I don't think. I don't think I had any. I was only 12 years old, y'all. I don't think I got a phone until I was like 15, 14, 15. And here this man's supposed to be my daddy. He done dropped me off and done drove off. So some time went by with it. I don't know how much time, because I started walking, like I said, I was going to walk home. Like, I don't know if he was like just trying to put me out and like whatever. But I was about to walk home because like my mama, she didn't come with us. My mama was home. So next thing I know, my dad, he pulled back up and told me to get back in the car. He pulls back up and tells me to get, so I guess he had drove around the block, like circled around. But he pulled back up and told me to get in the car. You know I got my ass in the car because, bitch, yeah. He crazy as hell, but I got my ass back in the car because I didn't know what else to do. I'm still shook. Like, to this day, I'm still shook. So, you know me, I got back in the car, and then one of the first things he lets me know, oh, your mom told me to come back and get you. That's why I came back. Okay, thanks. So, yeah, like, and I just remember we went home. And then him and my mom probably talked about it, but baby, it wasn't no smoke behind that shit for real. My mama tried to act like it was so much fucking smoke behind him putting me out at 12 years old. Baby, it wasn't no motherfucking smoke. They probably talked about it, and if anything, they had a little, a little confrontation or a little disagreement, but it was not no smoke behind that man putting me out. No. That shit was sick. That shit still got me sick to my stomach, low key. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That shit probably cause a lot of times when you go through traumatic situations, that shit tends to affect you in ways that you don't even realize. So I just wonder what type of anxiety or how that may affect me, you know what I'm saying, or how that affected me getting older. Cause that is traumatic, bro. I was only 12 years old. And then I would understand kind of, but still not really, cause I'm a kid. But I would kind of understood more if I felt like I deserved it. So if I was being disrespectful, or if I got loud with him, or if I was just being unruly, then I kind of guess more acceptance to it. But me and my dad was sitting, we was having a normal conversation. Like I told you, the same way I'm sitting up here talking to y'all. And literally all I said was I disagreed with him about something, and I had to get out and experience it. That's crazy. And then years done went on. I remember my mom and my dad, they got separated or divorced. I don't know. I don't talk to neither one of them, but they're separated or divorced, or they broke up or something. And then my mom told me how she brought that up to my dad. Just basically told him you kicked her out when she was only 12 years old. That's when you started kicking her out. Do y'all know my dad was I don't remember that? That's how my dad do me. That's really, yeah, that's how my dad be doing me, bro. If my dad done did some crazy ass off the wall shit, he will lie. My bad, y'all. My camera had cut off while I was recording, so I did not film an outro. But anyway, like I was saying, because I did see that part, I was saying basically, if my dad did some fuck shit or some crazy off the wall shit to me and my brother, he would act like he don't remember, or he would act like he didn't do that shit at all, or he would try to say, oh, you're missing out big details, you're missing out details on why he did what he had to do and stuff like that, when really it's just bullshit. But anyway, y'all, really that was it. I don't want to keep this video going and it'd be too long, but that was pretty much it. That's what happened. If you enjoyed this story time, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on your way out, and I'm gonna see you in my next video.